My name is Julie Woods, Julie R. Woods. There are two of us. I work in trust and estate litigation. I work at a firm in Orinda, California that does exclusively trust and estates work. It's called Hartog, Baer Hand.
What does a trust and estate litigation attorney do?
Trust and estate litigation is a branch off of trust and estates. You'll learn about wills and trusts and stuff in law school, but what you won't learn is how to handle them when things go wrong. As you know, litigators go to court or they pursue actions. So when trust and estates go awry for any number of reasons, litigators come in and we try to fix the situation out of court and in court if necessary.
What do you like most about your practice?
I really like that I get to help families. I sleep very well at night. Most of my cases have to do with a legacy of a family's assets that something is going wrong with. One of the kids feels like they get to take it all. A caregiver has a little old lady sign over the deed to her house. I work in the preservation of family inheritances, and I think that that's just really a fundamental right and value for people, and you feel good about it at the end of the day.
What was the hardest thing for you when you first started out?
One of the hardest things for me when I first started out, which you young attorneys will probably recognize, was I came out in the year 2010, and it was very, very difficult to get a job. And it was a matter of moving and shaking. And then once I went into practice as a young attorney, it's difficult sometimes to get the respect from opposing counsel that you need, because I'm a firm believer in having integrity in your arguments and basing what you say in the law, in the facts, in your analysis. And sometimes there are some attorneys out there that don't ascribe to that, and they'll go towards ad hominem arguments. They'll try to put pressure on the young associate, seemingly throw you under the bus to your boss. And it's difficult, but you have to start developing a thick skin and keep your eye on the prize and keep your own integrity as to what it is you're trying to do at the end of the day. So I would say those are my two biggest struggles that I dealt with as a young attorney.
Could you give us an overview of your typical day as a trust and estate attorney?
So as a litigator, I'm fielding clients' concerns quite often while responding to them by putting them in letters or pleadings to the court. So what I typically do is I get into the office bright and early, I don't take a lunch, and I leave late, because this is the life we've chosen as litigators, but you have to really love what you're doing. So I get in bright and early, I make a to-do list of everything I have to do that day. I do really good writing in the morning. As I start to slow down towards lunch, mid-morning, I'll either call clients, email clients, or do some research. And then as I go into the afternoon, I do a little bit easier tasks, because let's face it, what we do is hard and you need your brain juice, and I'm freshest in the morning. Some people are freshest at night, but whatever works for you. And usually I do my real substantive writing in the morning, and if it's on a deadline, I proceed throughout the day to work on it, and the adrenaline just keeps you going.
What advice would you have for those who want to get into trust and estates?
So there are two different areas you can get into in trust and estates. There's the drafting and there's the litigation end. On the drafting end, study your tax, because you can't just go out and write a will or trust and not really understand what its implications are going to be, how it's going to affect the person. So if you've got a high net worth individual and you don't understand the tax laws, they might lose half of their money to tax. So if you want to do planning, focus on tax. And if you want to do litigation, master the art of civil litigation, because when you're a probate litigator, it's crossover between probate and civil, and you've got to know those basic rules. So one of the best things I did early in my career was I started out half civil, half probate litigation, working for two different partners, and I got to know the rules on both ends at the same time that way, so study hard.
Excellent. Thank you so much.